Um, Sir, I was not asked to change the name or as such. Let me just figure this. Do I have an option here? Rename, yes. Okay. Okay. Is this good? Uh, I'm not sure you're
Yeah,
not audible,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Oh,
So we are good to go.
okay. And what about the voice? Is this fine now?
Yeah, so voice is also good. So we
Okay.
can go live. So we are live actually. So uh, let's start at 9 only, right?
Okay. Okay. Sure, sir. Okay.
Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Eduncle, and I am Harshit Goel. I am your host today, and we'll be having a very beautiful session with Jainam Khara sir. And we'll be talking about, as you are aware, that we have IIT Jam exam on the 13th of Feb. So definitely there will be a lot of things that will be going in your mind about the exam, what things you should do, what things you should not do, what how you should be behaving while attending the paper, how you should be going into last these 3 4 days, what things you should be doing so that you do not affect your preparation over much or you don't overdo things. So for that we have Janam sir with us here, and I'll be briefly sharing about, like, briefly introducing about Janam sir, so that you are aware that about your host of the evening. So Janam sir has done his MSc in physics from IIT Bombay, and he was a very bright student, and he had a, like, in IIT Jam in 2017, he had All India rank 45. So that is a very big achievement in itself. Also, in the JEST exam, he secured again a double-digit rank of 41, and he has done a research internship from Karlsruhe Institute of Technology in Germany. And he is a teacher by passion and has been teaching since 2010. So, like, if we talk in terms of years, so he has more than 10 years of experience as of now. Maybe some of it was professional, and some was from hobby perspective also, but Janam sir can tell us more about it. So I'll be introducing you to Janam sir, and definitely he'll be taking you through the lectures, and we'll be having a very interactive session with you. So Janam sir, please, you can unmute yourself and we can start the session.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, first of all, for that brief introduction. And to start with, so like Sir mentioned, that I have been teaching since 10 years. So the story is more or less like, like I completed my 10th standard, I started teaching 10th. I completed 11th, I started teaching 11th. I completed 12th, I started teaching 11th, 12th. But that was mostly hobby perspective. You teach at the local institutes here and there. But yes, after my graduation in 2015, I started teaching professionally. So like professional experience could be, you can say, for 4 5 years. Otherwise, yes, 10 years could be counted. But anyway, so the agenda of the day is obviously, firstly, to calm you all down. So right now, what I want you all to do at the moment is, just take a deep breath, people. Just calm yourself down. Just take a deep breath right now. Please do that for me. See, even I will do that with you. Like 1 2 3. Just calm yourself down, okay? Because see, I have been a student. I know how it feels when when you have got an exam, probably the exam of your life, which is going to just come in 3 days. You all have been waiting for, like, preparing for this over the year, over the whole year. But there is one thing for which you were not never prepared, and that was how to deal with this situation of these 3 days. You have prepared nicely subject, you have done your preparations, you have done your theory, you have practiced so many mock tests, whatever things you have done over the year, people. But now, how to deal with these 3 days, that is what first I'm going to address. So the flow of the today's seminar is going to be something like, first I will just tell you what I think you should be doing in the next 3 days, that is 10th, 11th and 12th. Then on 13, on the day of the exam, what is it that you are supposed to do? And then obviously post exam also, what is it that you are supposed to do? And yes, during the exam, obviously also, what is it that you are supposed to do? So we'll take it one by one. And just because I don't miss out on any important points, I have obviously created a good list of the things that I need to cover in this session. So, like, first I have mentioned that sir, I need to use whiteboard. Can you please allow me to share the screen? Okay, it's allowed now.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can share. Yes.
Yes. Okay. See, so we have got 3 days, people: 10th Feb, 11th Feb, and 12th Feb. Okay. I'm not counting 13th Feb at all, neither for the morning batch students nor for the afternoon batch students. Okay. We are going to divide these 3 days in two halves. One will be 10th to 11th afternoon. Okay. And then next will be 11th afternoon, or in 11th evening, whatever, to 12th night. Okay. And see, what I am suggesting is what I think is best for you. But if you trust your instinct, and if your instinct has never been incorrect in your life, throughout your life, and if you know what is it that is best for you, you're all welcome. You are all welcome to follow that instinct, people. However, so what is it that I think that you should be doing right now is, firstly, I'm guessing that probably most of you are giving mock tests here and there. So I'm not sure, have you been giving mock tests or not? Have you been giving volume tests or full length tests or not? So those who have not yet given any mock test, I will want you all to first give mock tests, people. There are 4 mock tests that you can attempt starting after the end of this session. Like, you can give one mock test tonight, another tomorrow morning, another tomorrow late night, and another day after tomorrow morning. I will want you to give 4 mock tests. Those who are already giving volume tests, like you have got, for example, 7 volumes in physics, maybe 8 or 9 volumes in chemistry. So the point is, whatever amount of volumes you have, if you have been already giving volumes, then complete the volume tests first, people, because those 60 questions that will revolve around that topic, that is the best revision that you can get. Okay, and remember, like, uh, sitting in a 3-hour paper is also an art which you will develop only if you have had enough practice of sitting through the 3-hour ka paper. If you're not given a mock test, if you directly sit in the IIT jam ka paper, you are going to be very nervous. See, honestly, right now we don't have that much of time that I can tell you that give 10, 15 mock tests and be mentally prepared for all the kind of situations that you may face in jam. But still, it's better late than never. You can still give 4 mock tests. Give one today, give one tomorrow morning, give one tomorrow night, and give one day after tomorrow morning. But remember, giving a mock test is important. At the same time, correcting your mistakes is the most important part. Giving 3-hour mock tests and then going through the solutions of all those mock tests for the remaining 3 hours is more important. Correct, rectify, go through the concepts in which you are not able to solve. For example, if there is a topic on polarization, or suppose you have a topic of ionic bonding in chemistry or something in biology or whatever. If suppose in that particular jam paper you are not able to do that particular question in the mock test, just go through that topic, go through that revision and correct and rectify. But all these new learnings should be done only until 11 afternoon, people. No new additional learning should be done post 11 afternoon, because learning a new topic just a day before the exam, that can lead you to more nervousness, and like, more you will be like, this is left and that is left. So whatever you want to do, whatever mock tests you want to give, whatever new topics you want to learn, you have 1.5 days, or technically basically 4 sessions, night morning night morning. In these 4 sessions, whatever is it that you want to add, this is the time you want to add.
So, this is very true, like Jainam sir. So I totally agree
Right,
on
sir.
this part as well. I quote an example here. So many people who want to run a marathon, so they simply thinks that, okay, I'll practice for 100-meter daily, and on the marathon day I will run the complete 21 kilometers or 42 kilometers. So that is very good thing, that you need to have a practice, or your mind should have a stamina of giving output for 3 hours. Correct.
Exactly. The mental stamina is so
Yeah, mental
required,
stamina
sir.
was very, that is very true.
Right, right,
Please.
right, right. Thank you for adding, sir. So, right. So the point is, for the next 1.5 days, please practice, train your brain to sit through the 3 hours ka proper session, and then proceed, people. Okay. So this part is understood. What is it that it is expected from you? Now let's understand what is it that you should be doing post 11 afternoon, people. I assume that most of you have created your own formula book. Most of you have probably also created your formula sheet, or you have marked important questions here and there. So now is the time to revise and gather all that you have accumulated together. But इसमें आपको ऐसा नहीं करना है. You cannot, just pile up all the books, 1, 2, 3, 4, as I'm like, you don't have to pile up all the books and keep thinking which book should I start first. Like, I know this is what students usually do. You have used the 10 notebooks and you have got 7, 8 reference books and you have got this and that. Probably first everybody, they will take out their books from their cupboards, pile it up, and just family wale bhi sochenge. They will be also like, "Arey yaar, my son, my daughter, he or she is learning so much and whatever." But then you will be keep, you just waste your time in thinking kya kare kya na kare, kya pade kya na pade, that kind of stuff. So instead of doing that, just take one book, like Inky Pinky Ponky. Just take one book, go through whatever concepts you had marked, whatever is it that you want to revise. If you have your own formula book, your own formula sheet, go through that. Practice more questions if you want. If you feel that question solution, like question practice is required, then do that. But don't attempt the question as if you're attempting a test. Go through the solutions. Basically, in the next 1.5 days, people, you are not going to test yourself, because keeping this thing calm on the day of exam is really important. You are not going to test yourself in the next 1.5 days. You can go through as many solutions as you want. You can go through as many concepts as you want. You can rectify, you can just learn all the mistakes that you made in the previous exams if you want. But you are not going to test yourself for the remaining 1.5 days. It will, the brain will take some time, to feel good that okay, you are attempting an exam. Just imagine, just a day before exam, if you're going to give a mock test or whatever, and if you score less, so disheartening now. But at the same time, yes, if you score very good, you could be also overconfident. But either of the case, this is a very risky case to give a mock test people on the day before exam. So don't give any mock test, don't test yourself. Just gather everything which you have learned over the course of 1 year of preparation, or even more than that, or whatever amount of preparation time you have put so far. Because remember that, you know in when you go to market, like to buy a good piece of cloth, people, the cloth which has the best finishing is the one that is sold the most, is the one that does good in the market. Yes, many men, there will be many clothes that will be available in that market, but most of them, like all the makers of the clothes, they would have spent hours in creating a very good cloth, a good dress, or a good shirt. But at the end of the day, they would be very tired to give it a good finishing. And that particular cloth is not going to do good in the market. The value of that cloth won't be good in that market, because on anybody who's going to come to buy that cloth, they will be like, okay, finishing is not good, and they're not going to buy it.
So this is very true. Like many students, what they do is they burn out themselves in last 2 3 days. They
Right.
do lot of practice, and at the day of exam, they're like they are very feel burnout, and don't have that much efficiency that they could have if their mind was definitely relaxed. So this is a very
Exactly.
correct.
Right, sir. So, so at the end of the day, people, it's very important to gather everything you have learned through over the year in the next 1.5 days. Complete your formula revision, complete your whatever book sheet you have made, go through the solutions if you want, but you are not testing yourself. That's one important thing. Another and the most important thing, very, 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 very important thing, and that is you have to sleep well on the 11th night. Like, have the best sleep of your life. But इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि सुबह का paper and you're going to miss out the paper. Tell me one thing. If you usually, most of you, let's say, go to bed on 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Usually, most of you. But do you think that if you go to bed on 10 p.m. on 11 p.m. just a day before exam, you're going to get a sleep immediately? No, no, because all of you are going to be nervous. You're going to think. So what is it that is important? Go to bed early. Have your food early. 8:39. Go to bed just at 9. Maybe start the air condition if you have, or just run the fan at 5 if you want. But whatever, feel cozy. Use 2 3 blankets. Just sleep peacefully, people, for 8 to 10 hours, because this thing needs to be fresh on the day of the exam. If you're not going to feel fresh, then obviously that also can lead to uh, that also could lead to the marks that is not something you would want to see yourself getting. You know your potential, but will you be able to reach to the best of your potential? It does not only depend on the preparation, people. It also depends on the finishing that you are going to give over the next 1.5 3 days. Okay, so sleep very well. And
So to take to summarize, to take the takeaways till now, for like I summarize for all of the viewers
Sure.
that we have. So first of all, you need to like go give 3 or 4 mock papers. That will be like very good for you to gauge your preparation. And also before that, you can go for the topic wise papers. So they love the VSPs, which Jainam sir already said, the volume wise papers. So that can give you confidence on volume wise also, and the mock papers will give a confidence over the complete syllabus also. And do not try any new thing. So trying any new thing will be definitely will not be good, because if you are not able to understand that, then it will only increase the nervousness of yours. And on the last 2 days, then like don't try anything new, and have a proper sleep and have a proper routine, and be relaxed, be calm, trust your preparation for the 1 year, and definitely that will help you and crack the exam. So these are the key takeaways that we have shared as of now, and now we'll proceed with the session further. Yeah,
sure, sir. Okay, so another way you can ensure that you're going to have a good sleep on, let's say, 11th ka night, sorry, 12th night, is sleeping less on 11th ka night. Simple. Like for example, tomorrow we have got 10th, and then we have 11th. So on 11th ka night, people, work late, work until 11 p.m., maybe 12:00, or just work until 1 a.m. Okay, study until 1 a.m. Wake up very early in the morning by 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Sleep for 6 7 hours. Okay, maybe on 12th. That's what you can do. And then throughout the day, don't exhaust yourself. Feel good, but important is to have a very good sleep the day before exam. I'm not sure how exactly you can get a good sleep. Maybe have a very good food. Have your chole bhature or puri bhaji or medu vada idli or whatever that make you feels good. Have your favorite food. Tell your parents or whoever who cooks for you to make good for food for you. Have a good glass of milk. Maybe that can also induce a good sleep. But do whatever you want, but just have a very good sleep on 12th ka night. Okay? Now proceeding ahead. What is it that you are supposed to do on the day of exam 13th? Okay. So first of all, there are two kinds of students. Obviously, one you have got morning batch 9 to 12, another is the afternoon 2 to 5 or 2:30 to 5:30, whatever. Okay. So first of all, addressing the morning batch students is more important here because afternoon batch students they have got time to have a good sleep. Absolutely. Even if you sleep late at 1 a.m. or 2 p.m. or 3 a.m., automatically going to have a good sleep there. But for the morning batch students, um, Acha, important is I'm not sure how many of you have got centers far across uh, your home. And if it is far away from your home, then things changes a lot for you in that case. You need to go there a day before. If you are staying at a hotel, then stay at a hotel or whatever it is. I hope you have figured that all out. Okay. But on the day of the exam, people, number one, have a very good shower. One of the best shower you are going to have in your life. Do that. Shampoo your head if you want. Basically, feel fresh. Most of you are going to skip the shower. I know that, and I know it's winter season. Maybe also people in the north will be like, "Sir, I was asking us to give us a shower early in the morning, 6 and 7 a.m. Are have a hot water shower, yeah." Maybe don't shampoo your head because yes, in that case, it's very cold out there. But feel fresh. And how exactly do you feel fresh, people? Obviously, by taking a good bath. Huh? Invest 20 to 30 minutes in your bathroom and just have a very good shower. That's important. Have a very good breakfast, like whatever is it that you like. Don't put very heavy stuff that you feel sleepy, but have a good breakfast, have a good meal so that you don't feel hungry. And yes, this is something which I personally have faced. I'm not sure if this is something which we should be addressing on this live seminar, but yes, ensure that you have been to the washroom nicely before going to the exam, because during the exam you don't want to go to the washroom. Absolutely. Okay, that's also there. But ensure that that is also done, people. And then so I went through the hall tickets of you all. I had to ask for hall tickets from a couple of students. I'm not sure how many of you have read the instructions. There are some clear-cut instructions which you need to follow. First thing, and that is you all need to print your hall ticket, people. Okay? Do that tomorrow. Don't wait for a day after. We don't know what is going to happen day after, right? Do that tomorrow itself. Okay? Printed copy of your hall ticket is important. Color or black, that's completely fine. Either of them is valid, but your photo and signature should be clearly valid, clearly visible. And obviously, for it to be clearly visible, photo like color copy is recommended, but black and white copy is also fine, provided that your photo and signature is clearly visible in your printed copy. So take that. That's important. Take Aadhaar card, PAN card, or something which gives you your photo ID or proof. So these are the two important things which you need to carry. Remember that. Photo. Next is you are not supposed to wear a watch. Most of you are thinking, you may have a habit to wear a watch and look at the time during an examination, but there will be countdown. You are not supposed to wear a watch. Even if you take your cell phone or whatever, they are going to ask you to keep it outside the exam hall. So don't take cell phone or as such. They are going to give you a scribble pad, like you all know. But listen, very important thing about the scribble pad. So scribble pad is basically just rough sheets. It will have I think 15 to 20 sheets of this size. Okay, and I think you should take color pens, people. That's important. Like take a black pen, a blue pen, a red pen. The reason is most of you may not like you might just need another scribble pad too. If suppose you have a very spacious handwriting, and if you are already accustomed to write everything with great details, then you may need another scribble pad. But remember, you can get another scribble pad only if you submit the first scribble pad. So that's something which is not recommended, because if you will submit the first scribble pad, then you can never go through your solutions. If you suppose if at the very last moment you want to check that this question, I want to just go through it again whether I have done it correctly or not. If you will submit the scribble pad, then you will not get that option too. Okay. So instead, what you can do is first you can use the scribble pad, write everything in black color, mark the write the question numbers to like just write question one, like just write one and solve, two and solve, three and solve. Complete with black color. And if in case your scribble pad is over, don't order a new one. Use red color and start solving. I think there could be good space still available here and there. But yes, this is one thing that you can try. That's
So
what I.
we have a question from a student, Shalini. So she's asking is if there is any dress code that need to be followed in the exam.
See, they have not exclusively mentioned it, but see, it depends. I think most of the centers are not colleges. Most of the centers are IT companies because it's an online exam. But in colleges, they have their own dress code system. Because I mean, they may follow something, but just wear something very decent. Don't wear fatawa jeans and don't wear a sleeveless thing or whatever. Just wear something decent, something comfortable. Don't wear a very uncomfortable clothes or whatever. Just wear something decent and go. Otherwise, there is no as such dress code policy or as such. Yeah. So that's there. And people remember if you are going to an IT center, probably there will be air condition in the room. And I remember I felt a bit cold during while giving the exam. And it's important that I think you should also carry a jacket if you have an IT center, especially. And even if you are going to a college to give an exam, if suppose their computer room has air conditioned facility, again it's recommended to take a jacket. I mean, these are some little things to make your exam experience very smooth. And just adding on to the things, okay, nothing else. But yes, carry a jacket too. That's one thing. What else? Now, so that's before the paper. Now, during the paper, how to attempt the paper? That is something which most of you have been asking me about. Just a minute. Okay. So, see, obviously, you have got three sections: MCQ, MSQ, NAT. MCQ and NAT, like you all know, are the most scoring parts, because in MSQ you don't know whether the ones that you have marked BC or ABC or AD, how many of them are going to be correct, because obviously multiple options could be correct there. So my recommendation would be first you complete MCQ, then you complete NAT, and then you come to MSQ, because MSQ are the most risk prone area. That's what I think. Also remember that most of the students are going to score marks between 25 and 45. It's going to be a very highly dense area. Now, in that place, if your marks increases by 1, your rank can jump by 200 or 300. Because suppose in physics, for an example, 15,000, 18,000 students will attempt the paper. Let's say 15,000. Okay, 100 marks we have. 1 mark, 150 students. 2 marks, 300 students. So that is going to be the dense area. So how can we get an advantage over others when it comes to this? Tie breaking rule. If you have been through the tie breaking rule, people, suppose, because obviously your mark is going to be matched with more than 50, 60, 45 students. Okay. Now, suppose if all of you are going to share the same mark, the student who has got a greater mark in NAT section is going to be awarded a larger rank. I'm not sure how many of you have read this. So having a good score in NAT can give you an edge over others. After NAT, suppose there are two students who have got same marks, let's say maybe 41, 41, and they have got same marks in NAT too, let's say 12 and 12. Okay. Now, in that case, they will check the MSQ section. In the MSQ, the one who has got the higher mark, obviously the person will be awarded a higher rank, and then they will check the age people. See, if NAT is same, MSQ is same, then by default MCQ will also be same. And then comes the age factor. The elder person will be given the preference, and even if the age is same, then the rank is awarded same. So these are the rules that I have read. But the point is, first you need to solve MCQ. MCQ is scoring. See, even though it's least significant when it comes to the order, but it's very scoring. So first you needed to solve MCQ, then don't waste time in MSQ. First you should go to NAT people, complete NAT, because NATs are something which can decide your rank too. And then go to MSQ. Because MSQ are very tricky, like I said, it's better to attempt them at the very end. That's what I think. You can create your own strategy here too. That's important. Okay, next. what after that? I need to show you something in the paper. Wait, I think I will just share another screen. People Jam mock test is available, like a link. I'm not sure again if you have been through the, what do you say, the mock test link of this. So suppose this is a Jam mock test link of all the papers. I'm just opening the physics one here right now. Okay, sign in. And you can go through the instructions right away, maybe after the seminar. Just read the instructions. They have got given you a lot of facilities too in this. Okay. Okay. So one important suggestion that I would like to give here is that people, uh, most of you, like it happens with most of the students that they go in the order of MCQ, MSQ, and NAT, or whatever order you decide, but you find the lack of time. Like it may just happen to you that you are not able to complete the paper on time. And because of which later after the paper, there is a small guilt because there was a very easy question available, but you didn't even find time to go through that easy question. So how to avoid that? Simple. In the first 20 minutes of the paper, first 30 minutes of the paper or 20 minutes of the paper, you need to take a very quick glance through the whole 60 questions. And you will attempt all those questions, which you can solve just like that with the blink of an eye. Like for an example, whatever subject, I think mathematics is something which I think all of you maybe can relate to. Suppose there is a very simple question on a derivative or on metrics or eigenvalues, eigenvectors, whatever. So you know it's a very easy question. But suppose if that question was a 60th question and you did not even reach that stage and the paper is already done, the time is over, then obviously you're going to feel that guilt. So how to avoid that? Just go through question number one. If you feel that that is something which you can do very immediately with the blink of an eye, do it right now. Question number two. If you feel that you know the concept, but it is going to be time consuming, skip that temporarily, go to question three, question four. Like very quickly, take those 4 to 6 very easy questions available in the paper and just get it done so that those scoring questions are first done, and that way you will also feel good. You can invest these 20 minutes initially, and there is a smart way to do this, which I don't think most of you know. Actually, I don't think you know this. See, in this paper, there is an option here. Look at this question paper. If you click on question paper, all the questions are directly available. You just have to scroll through this. You don't have to click on question one, question two. So just check it out. For example, question one is on Taylor expansion. Question two is a simple question on eigenvalues and eigenvectors. I will immediately first do question number two. Samjha? Then immediately you can likewise just take a quick glance through the whole 60 questions and attempt all the questions which are going to be very scoring. And then you can go back and go to MCQ, MSQ, and anything, whatever order you have decided. Okay? That's it. And then obviously they have given you some facilities also that you can read about. That's not a concern. People, yes, sir.
So one question is then like how to use calculator on this section.
Yes, exactly. So I was just coming to that too. That it's very important to get yourself accustomed to the calculator practice, people. So about that, see on this paper, as you have asked to, there is an option calculator here, people. What you need to do today itself after this seminar, maybe take some random mathematical problems, create yourself if you want, or just find, just create a, for example, root of 29 into 32 into 45 divided by 2 raised to 3 sine 45 degree log 2. Create a very pathetic calculation. But obviously, if you have a reference, then it's good. Like just find on internet that the most complex mathematical calculations, just calculation stuff. Okay, and practice that calculation on this calculator very immediately. Because see, there are very weird functions that this calculators have. For example, usually if you want to calculate square root of 5, then what you usually do, you click on square root first. Huh? See, there is a square root option here. Usually you click on square root first and then you write 2. But that's not helping. See, you're getting a very pathetic answer, square root 2. If you're calculating square root of 2, just saying, okay, root 2, it's not getting the answer. The thing is here, you first need to click on 2 and then you need to click on root. I'm not sure again how many of you knew this. This calculator is a very weird functioning stuff. You need to get accustomed to this. So go through this calculator. They have also uploaded in the JAM website only that how to use the calculator. Maybe you can go through that too. Also, there is an application available, people, on Play Store. Jam gate calculator. Some genius has created that replica, exact replica of this calculator, Jam slash gate calculator. Download it. There are instructions also given on how to use that calculator. Use it and just understand how to use the function. For example, like I said, if you want to calculate log 20, okay, the thing is, you don't have to write log 20. First, you have to write a 20 and then you have to write log. So it's a very weirdly functioning calculator. Get accustomed to that today itself. Don't wait for it. Okay. So that's there. Next. So I think that was main about how to attempt things during the paper. Yes, another important thing is, I mean, I have told these to the students in the live class already that people in MSQ and NAT, there is no negative marking, and nobody is going to give you the rank for your accuracy. So you have to attempt all the MSQs, you have to attempt all the NATs. Just mark something, just write something, and extra 2 marks can, just jump your rank from whatever to whatever. So please attempt all the MSQs, all the 10 MSQs. Please attempt all the 20 NATs. Ensure that none of them is remaining. How if you're thinking, but sir, how to write answers in NATs? Like in MSQ, I can randomly mark B, C, D, A, B, C, A. I think NATs also use some logic now. For example, there is a question that the angle of this particular figure is like the angle ABC is whatever. So it's an angle, write something 45, 50, 90 if degrees is mentioned. If it's radian, just write 3.14 or 6.28 multiple of pi, just write 1.57 pi by 2, whatever. Okay, so write something. Okay, so use some logic, do some random cross multiplications here and there. See if they have mentioned that answer is in integer. And if your gut feeling is telling you that it could be a 1-digit integer, just write 1-digit integer. There is, tentatively, there will be one NAT and in which the answer will be 0. There will be one NAT in which the answer will be 1. Like these are the most popular NATs that you have. So just write 0 and 1 here and there, wherever you think, answer could be possible if you are not able to solve the questions. These are, I know, some cheating tricks that I'm giving you. Being a teacher, I shouldn't be doing that, but obviously I want you all to score good marks too. Having talent is important, but at the same time, being smart is equally important too. So be smart, attempt all the MSQs and NAT and get those additional 3 marks, as many as you can. In MSQs also, you can use your probability idea. Like you can, suppose in the MSQ section, out of those 10 MSQs, you were able to solve 7, 8, and 2, 3 you are not able to solve. Then don't just mark AC or ABC randomly. In those 7 MSQ, tell me one thing, suppose if you are going to set a question paper in MSQ section, if how will you distribute the options? You are not going to ensure that ABCD is there in 2 options now. Obviously, one could be ABCD, one could be ABC, one could be AC, one could be BD, one could be AD. There are only some selected permutations that are possible here. If suppose out of those 7, 8 questions that you attempted, there was no ABCD option available, and there is a high chance that one will be ABCD, then in the remaining 2, just mark ABCD. If you don't know what to do in that, mark ABCD. That way, your chance of getting those 2 extra marks can increase. Okay, so the point is just be smart and ensure that you attempt all the MSQs and all the NATs and get some free marks too here and there. Okay.
We have one more question related to
Yes.
like whether there is any password that is required to do the login for the exam.
I think the password will be your birth rate, probably. See, let's check this because you asked this. Let's check this right now. Wait, sorry. So I've just closed this slide. Okay, see, there is login. Password they have not mentioned here, but most probably it will be your birth date, and they will tell you birth date will be in DD, MM, YY format. Mostly it will be birth date only, and they will tell you what will be the order. It could be MMDD also, but they will tell you that. Don't worry about it. Okay. But yes, remember your password of your JAM ID2. In GeoIPS, you have a password too now. Remember that just in case, but I don't think that will be used. Mostly birth dates of the students are used as the password when it comes to the paper. Okay. So that was about it. And what else?
So I have in the chat section on the YouTube,
Right,
I have
so-
also shared the link for the mock paper that you can use to practice the platform that Jainam
Great.
has been sharing. So you can go on to that link. That is the IIT Roorkee website, official website link. So you can yourself practice for the calculator and also for the platform itself. So that will be
Right.
also required for you.
Chalo, conveniently done that too. And what else, people? So after the paper, like I think during the paper, is there some anything else you need to ask me? You can ask me now. You can carry your own water bottle too. Transparent water bottle. It should not have a covering or whatever. Mostly they will also provide you water. Like most of the IT companies, they provide water themselves. So that's also there. Mm, what else? After the paper, see, there is no point in discussing things and be depressed about the questions, because it's a very highly likely possibility that here and there, most of you will make one or two silly mistakes. It's okay, people, to commit silly mistakes, provided, like I said, if you're covering that up, if you're covering that mistake up with the help of some extra free marks here and there, then also it's good. But don't discuss the papers with your friends. Wait for some time. Remember, there will be an additional window that will be opened after 20 days of the jam paper, where they will allow you to debate the questions. They will first upload the original answer key, and yes, there could be some mistakes here and there, and you can debate some questions too. So that is the time you can go through the solutions, or maybe you don't need to do that. That probably us teachers will take care of. Correct, because as soon as the question paper will be out, we are going to solve that question paper, and if we feel that this question is incorrectly done, then we will just debate from your behalf, from any of the students behalf. We'll just debate it from your end, so you don't need to check out the question paper if you don't want. So it's not going to help people. Just chillax, enjoy after the paper that is done for 1.5 months and whatever, and then let's see how the life goes.
Great. And
Okay.
few students have a question that like we are very nervous. So what way can we do to decrease this nervousness and do our best in the exam?
Well, the first and the foremost option is obviously, like, it's funny because I personally never tried it, but yes, deep breathing helps. Okay, people's deep, literally, it's funny, but at the same time, funny means it's good because you feel good. Okay, so you need to talk to yourself. You need to tell yourself, okay, feel good, deep breathe out. Try that. Also, see, this is a very common address which youngsters may have, because I have been through that. For example, even when I'm in a temple, the dirtiest of all the thoughts will be there in my head when I'm in the temple. So how to avoid that? People, if you will try to avoid all of that, because there could be a part of your brain which is not allowing you to focus. It's okay. Don't try hard to resist it. Just take a deep breath, take calm, and tell yourself, okay, what is it you want to imagine? What is it you want me to feel? Talk to yourself. Okay, embrace it then and there. Okay, you want me to be nervous? Okay, wait. Chalo, I'm nervous. So, like, just be crazy about this. That's what I feel. That has helped me, because whenever I have embraced those thoughts, I'll be like, okay, what is it you want me to imagine right now? This? Okay, yeah, okay, done. Anything else? So people, that hardly takes 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then I have feeded that part of the brain which is not allowing me to focus. And once that is happy, I'll be happy and I'll be able to focus. So if you're feeling nervousness, I mean, if you're feeling nervous, embrace it. Don't avoid it. It's okay. It's good to feel nervous. That tells you that how important this exam has been for you. Okay? Embrace it, but tell yourself that, okay, you want me to feel nervous, I'm nervous. What else?
Great.
Once
And
you commit that, the nervousness will be gone. Commit. You are nervous.
there are a lot of questions related to like what after the exam. So I just to inform the students, there will be a separate session where we'll be talking about what like related to the counseling which IITs are batch, which NITs are batch, which
Yes, a career guidance could
yeah,
be
so
done too.
definitely that will be done after the session. So let's focus on the exam first, and let's try to do our best, and then we can bother about which IITs are good and which branches are.
Correct, correct, correct. Don't worry about it, all of that, like what is going to happen, IITs, NITs, or other career options, this and that and everything. First, first is to get through the door, give the exam. We'll conduct another seminar. Now I'm here, and okay, so we will just conduct another seminar if required, and we'll address all these questions too. Okay. So I think these were
Any
the.
and like
Uh,
last few questions. So any tricks on like there are some students who are asking. So what if I don't remember the formula while attempting the question? So is there
well,
any? Yeah.
see, okay, so there's a funny story. Some of my students obviously know the story, and that is in 2017 paper. There is a question that skin depth of this particular problem is. In my whole preparation, I have not learned what is skin depth. I don't know what is skin depth, but it was a 1 mark NIT, and I had time. I was thinking, I'm not going to leave this question, right? And I've told you I'm just going to mark something logically. Simple. It's a depth. What should be the SI unit? Meter, right? In the question, they had given us, I think, propagation constant, which has SI unit meter inverse. So I thought, what is skin that is reciprocal of this? I use dimensional analysis, logic. If they are asking you time, people, okay, use dimensional analysis. If you don't know the formula, create your own formula, then and there. So what I thought, since they have given us propagation constant, it had SI unit meter inverse, I just calculated the reciprocal of it and wrote the answer. See, if I'm getting the marks, it's good. If I'm not getting the marks, anyway, I did not prepare for it. But I'm not going to leave that. What was the thing? What was the result? I got that 1 mark. And because of which I got IIT Bombay, because I'm telling you, if I wouldn't have got that 1 mark, my rank wouldn't be AR 45, and I wouldn't have got IIT Bombay. I would be somewhere at Delhi or maybe Madras or wherever. I don't know. Okay. So during the paper, if you don't remember something, if there is something you can do, like logical analysis, dimensional analysis, and you can create a formula, do that, or skip. It's okay. Skip that question. Go to the next. Tell me one thing. How much marks do you need to score out of 100? Obviously, it depends from paper to paper. For an example, to get into, in general, a good IIT, I think you need to score about 50, 55, maybe 50. A good cream IIT, you need to score that. So it's okay. Now, 1 and 2 questions, if you're not able to go ahead, go to the next. Go to the next. And it may happen that 3 questions successively you're not able to do. Don't let your ego tell you that I have to do the 4th question at any cost. Even if you are not able to do the 4th question, skip it, go to the next. And this is why, giving a mock test is giving many mock tests are really important, because that basically prepares you for all the kind of situations you may face in the exam. Like if you're going to get out on 0 run, or if you're going to get out on 50 runs, or you're going to get out on 99 or 100 or 199, you basically get prepared for all the kind of situations if you have had enough practice.
Correct.
Okay.
And so, is there any like sequence, like, so there are 3 sections in the paper. So is there any sequence in which a student should approach, like which section they should go first out of AB? So the student is asking the question.
Sir, I already addressed that, but maybe the student has joined late.
Yeah.
But yes, my suggestion would be MCQ, NAT, and then MSQ, because MSQ are the risk-prone areas. NATs and MCQs are very scoring. That's my suggestion. Also, if for tie breaking, NAT is going to be used as first. Okay, so NAT should be done before MSQ. That's what I think.
Definitely, like as you have 2-3 days, so what you can do is also you can attempt the mock papers, and you can do some, you can say, a mix and match. So you can try some section first, and you can see which in which you are getting better, you can score, and then you can finalize your approach. So that can also be done.
Absolutely, and that is why, like I said, giving mock tests is important, because that is the best way to develop your own strategy. What I am suggesting you is what I think. Everybody have the different thoughts, different idea, different confidence. And see, most of you, like some of you may have good instincts. Some of you may not have good instincts. Like one student had asked the question, how to avoid negative marking. Well, there is no way to know that. I mean, the point is, in MCQ section, if you're confident about the answer, obviously you have to get the mark. So in that case, you're not going to get negative marking. When is it that you get negative marking, like maximum negative marking? When is it you get it right? When you don't know the answer and you're approximately marking something. Or when there is, it's like again, KBC, you don't know out of ABCD, B or D could be correct or A or C is correct, and you mark something randomly. So that way you are going to get negative. No? So that way you need to know whether your instinct is good or not. And if you have given enough mock tests, you will realize whether yes, instinct works. And if you realize that your instinct doesn't work, you don't mark that particular MCQ. Okay, but yes, in MCQ section, first attempt those where you feel confident. Avoid negative marking. That's, I mean, because see, here the problem is the ratio is not 1/4 of negative. The ratio is 1/3, and that's a bad ratio, people. Many students may think that, let me attempt all the 30 MCQs. Now, I will get, let's say, at least 12, 13 marks. Maybe I'll get 2-3 questions for free, and then the remaining like the remaining negative marking, whatever you have, you might just do your own calculation. You will think that doing all the 30 MCQs is good. It would have been good if the negative marking was 1/4, people. I have done the mathematics here. It would have been good if the negative marking was 1/4, but it is 1/3, and it's not a good option. 1 in a 3 question could be incorrect here among the flukes that you are going to give. So don't fluke in MCQ, fluke in MSQs, fluke in NATs, don't fluke in MCQs.
Correct. And one, like, are there any tips over the time management for the complete 3 hours? Like how much time to devote in a section?
Right, right.
Yeah.
You're adding something?
So like there are multiple sections in the paper, definitely. So many a time students do stuck on a particular question and lose a lot of time on a particular question, and then it sets a nervous tone for the remaining paper, and then they like are not able to
Right,
perform.
right.
So what can be
Right.
done with this? Yeah.
Correct. See, we have got people 60 questions. We have got 180 minutes. Do the mathematics, 3 minutes per question. What you can do again today night, tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, and day after tomorrow morning, 1 hour practice of 20 questions with alarm. Like suppose at 10:30 p.m. you are starting. Okay. 10:30, 10:33, 10:36, 10:39, 10:42, 10:45, 10:48. Keep alarm after every 3 minutes. It should be a marathon practice. In that 1 hour, what you have to do is you have to ensure you do 20 questions. Suppose you have started with the first question. Once you are done, let's say the alarm rang before you reach the final answer. There is no option. You have to leave that question then and then go to the next. You know what will happen? Then in the next question, you will know that you have to increase your speed. Your brain will know you have to increase the speed, and you will increase your speed. Again, maybe the second question could also be missed because of the time constraint. You have to skip it immediately, go to the next. Skip, go to the next. Skip, go to the next. If you maybe in the first such practice, it may happen that out of those 20 questions, you were able to solve only 3 or 4 questions correctly. That's okay because you are trying it for the first time. Try tomorrow again in the morning. But remember, don't try for more than 1 hour because it's a very saturating stuff. 20 questions 1 hour, it may just it's I mean it's not good for brain if you're going to do it again and again and again. Do it tonight, do it tomorrow morning, do it tomorrow night, do it day after tomorrow morning. If you want again, do it day after tomorrow night. That's it, but maximum. That's it. You are not going to do any of this on 12th, like I have suggested. Okay, 12th needs to be a calm day. But yes, the basically training your brain to attempt a question in 3 minutes is important. Letting your ego aside and ensuring that you don't invest more than 5 minutes in any of the question is really important, because see, there will be questions which you are able to mark in 1 minute. There will be some theory question. There will be a question which you are going to skip to because you know that you don't know anything about this. So if you are skipping a question, 3 minutes are saved. Okay. If you are marking a question in 1 minute, 2 minutes are more saved. 5 minutes you have got that 5 minutes is leisure. So somewhere you can invest 5 minutes. It's okay, but not everywhere, and not more than five. Please do not invest more than 5 minutes in any of the questions. Remember, there will be some questions which could be speed breakers, which will be very easy, but they will be lengthy. You need to analyze those questions. And you need to skip that momentarily, temporarily, come back to it only if you have time at the very end. Because those are known as tempting questions. But like when it comes to, let's say again, students in physics, we have got this topic called as moment of inertia tensor. You have to calculate nine data. If you are going to calculate all the 9 data, what will happen? You are going to invest 7 minutes of your life, probably, or maybe less, or who knows. Okay. So if people you have questions where you feel is easy, but it is time consuming, don't attempt it in that moment, because in those 5 minutes, you may be able to solve 2 more questions rather than solving just one question. That's also another thing. Okay. What else, sir?
Yeah, so like we are already coming to end of the session. So
Right.
like to summarize everything, so the key takeaways in the today's sessions are, first of all, be confident and trust your preparation. So if you have put a lot of good effort in the last 1 year or like last 6 months of preparation, then trust those preparation time. You have done your effort and you should trust your preparation. Apart from that, you should be focusing more on practice for the next 2 3 days and also revising the formulas. You should not be like taking up any new topic and going into that nervous, you can say, cycle where if you are not able to crack that particular topic, you even like forget your what you have learned till now. So that should not be happening. And also don't burn yourself out. Don't put a lot of effort on brain, and be cool, be calm, be composed, have a good sleep for the 2 nights, and also take your favorite lunch or favorite dinner which is also light to your stomach and it does not create your, you can say, a problem in the from digestion point of view, right? So and also like have a proper knowledge of your exam center, so where it is located, you should be aware of it. It's not like that on the day of exam you're finding where the exam center is and you're getting confused, because you should be reaching the exam center on time, right? So that is also very much required.
Right. And also, don't look at others when you enter the premises. There will be many who will be studying. You don't need to study at the very last minute. Relax. Because looking at others might just make you more nervous. And another important thing, because some of you might just do this, Like you may have your lucky pen, or some your a good friend, or maybe your parent or your sister or brother might just give you a good pen, a lucky pen. They will be like, okay, use this. Don't do any of these things, because use the pen which you have used throughout the year, the one which makes you feel comfortable. Do not use a gel pen, because friction is more, I mean, physics thing again here, because again it will take more time to solve questions. But use a pen which you have been using throughout the year. Don't just try something new on the day of the paper.
Yeah, so like avoid any kind of experimentation. Trust the things
Yes,
that you have
exactly,
working for the complete year, definitely.
exactly.
So this was a very fruitful session, I guess, and students have a very good takeaways from this session.
I
And I would
hope
like
so.
to especially thank Janam sir for it, because he is not well, and he has a very bad throat, but he has provided you a lot of insights into this. So that is the commitment of a teacher that we look for, and also that is what students also appreciate. So we'll thank you, Janam sir, for this wonderful session, and hope students have answered. We got their answered for all the questions they had. And
I
yeah,
hope so. So
and
thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Harshit sir, for being a wonderful host, and at the same time an active host. Like I have done these kind of things earlier, but the hosts are like, okay, they will just get the thing started, and I'll be just taking the seminar, but they are not
so
really participating. You have
so
participated. That's very
yeah,
happy.
so
Like
being a
it's
teacher
good to
myself, I also like to interact with the student and the faculty as well. And
correct.
like we wish all the best to all the students, and trust your guts and trust your preparation. And we'll again talk after the exam is over. And let's
We'll do
get
that.
over with the IIT jam. And don't be nervous, structure instincts, and just revise the formulas and go for it. So
Embrace the nervousness if you have.
correct.
Tell
Yeah.
yourself, I am nervous. Now what? Now do you what do you want me to do? Tell yourself. Ask us.
So
Okay.
like there is nothing positive out of being nervous, and some nervousness is
Ah,
also like natural. So it's
it's
not like you
okay.
will not be natural. So that is a part of exam preparation phase. You should get over it. That's it.
Right. Okay, sir.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Okay. Bye.